Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in React. It's React hooks. If you are new to React or preparing for interviews, this video will help you to understand what React hooks are and why they are introduced. Before React version 16.8, developers had to use class components whenever they needed state management or lifecycle methods. Functional components were simple, but they couldn't store state or react to lifecycle events. To solve this limitation, the React introduced hooks, which has less boilerplate code, reuse it logic more easily, and keep components focused. This made application much simpler and cleaner. Instead of writing large class components with constructors and lifestyle methods, we can now write small reusable functional components. So React hooks is mainly introduced after the functional components to store the state, lifecycle methods, and context. Okay, now we go to the next slide and we see why we need these hooks. What are the rules of hooks? So first important rules that the two important rules that we need to understand is that never place a hook inside a loop or if any conditional statement. For example, in if block or in a for loop or any other call which re-render often every render. So call hooks at the top level, not at any in the iterations or at the conditions. The second main rule is hooks can only be called inside functional components or in custom hooks. So we should call only inside the function component or in custom hooks, never call in our normal JavaScript functions, regular JavaScript functions that we should not call. So these rules ensure that React can reliably track hook state between renders. These are the main rules for the hooks. So next we can see what are the types of hooks that are available. There are several type categories of hooks available, and in this there are hooks which is often used in every page. There are hooks very rarely used. So there are the state hook which will maintain the state of our component or the function. The effect hook, it performs under some side effects. I'll share that in a real-time example. I'll just overview what are the hooks available now. Later point, we can deeply understand one by one in the upcoming section. And context hook, access value from React context without prop drilling, something like search or something. Reference hook, you can give a mutable reference that persists across renders or several renders. The performance hooks, useMemo and useCallback. You want to use these hooks very carefully, otherwise it might create some performance impact. That is the reason it is saying as performance hooks. Lifecycle hooks like use layout hook, effect, use in session effect. It is something similar to effect hooks, but it has its own difference. Use effect is still more better than these. And concurrent hooks, it is about use transition, use deferred values, use ID. These are related to the updates and other stuff which is not so urgent. Use sync external store, use imperative handle, and debug value. For debugging purpose in the console log, this kind of use debug hook can be used. We will see detail these hooks later, but these are the categories of the hooks available. Thank you. We can see in the next session.